Hi guys, this is Micro. I like to talk about HP D530. It's a small business form factor. I don't know, for form means something like styrofoam or something plastic box shaped things. I don't know what form meaning, but something like a former, I guess, form factor. So I think just it's meaning the something like former business desktop PC form factor from the HP, and it was launched in the middle of the year 2003. This PC is very decent PC I got for the tertiary study. I used this PC as something like a document works, and sometimes in the rest time I use it casually for the light gaming. After 18 years, during 18 years, I have used it often, and it worked fine still, and it did and served well for me. And this one, as you can see, most of the part was not most of, just front panel I have to remove and to remove the and I removed the hood also. Hood, why did I remove it? Because of I used the Nvidia 7600 GS GeForce graphics card. Because of that, I have to remove the hood because it was the a standard profile version, not the low profile. This one only fits the low profile. Also, I changed the hard disk drive to the now 160 gigabytes from the 40 gigabytes original one, and I replaced the ODD also, the odd optical driver from the just CD-ROM compact disc only, to nowadays the one which can read the DVD multi and rewritable disc driver, DVD driver I put in long ago. Excuse me. And then I changed it to the CD disc ODD again. This is a CD reader and writer, right? Rewritable, and the CD read compact disc reading only, because this is the desktop for using the Windows 98, so I have to change it to a compact disc reader ODD again, because of this kind of IDE type connecting, and this also, the old HP has the kind of audio cables to connect to the old, to read the old PC games from the CD-ROM, and this one is good for the retro gaming machine, I believe. So what's inside of this now? I have to remove the retention guide. This is the broken broken one. As you see here, all broken. Yeah, cheap plastic used, so it didn't stand the life 18 years. And this one is the original cooler I kept from the Foxconn. In China there is a factory, I believe, and the Foxconn cooler, it's really good, and thermal paste are still wet and functional, but the plastics are broken, so only this. And I used PC like the ITX way, mini ITX way. I got the PC laid down. That means it's the weight of this metal has a pressure naturally by the gravity, and it can press because it's heavy, and it can cooling well. It can cool nice and cool. And this is a swiper to swipe this, because I will not use it anymore. I don't know how to throw it, but no use. This is no use to be thrown. Not good. I just shredded and maybe used melted, but it's not worth it. And the power, this is not the original power. This form factor's original power was this, but this one has only maximum capacity of around 1800 watts only. 185 watts max, so it's not continuous wattage, and it's broken when I playing the Doom 3 games with the graphics card Radeon 9550 Extreme, and I overclocked it to play the Doom games smoothly, and that drove the power more than I expected. And once it blew up, that moment also I disappointed, but the machine was not damaged, just the power was went up. And this is the internal speakers originally included in this form factor, and this is the kind of hinge I bent. This is something like iron metals which catch the coolers, both side of the end edge side. It's catching with this the retention guide, and it's adding the pressure between the cooler and the sink, I mean the heat sink and the CPU. It added the pressure because it zip tight catch the side of the, as you see, like this, and the retention guide here, and keep the pressure higher and without changing, because changing the parts always costly. But anyway, I had to decide. This time I changed the part, and the result is this. So I always bit had a hope to have this kind of iron metal one, not the plastic one, and I get it. Meantime, I can get it low cost, and as you can see, I don't know, because it had a lot of pressures, so I bit bent to change the retention guide. I mean, I bent the PCB board. I pressed. I gave a lot of pressure to do it, and I hope that it will work again. But I'm not sure 100% because I heard the sound which disconnecting the I, irons or solderings. Here. So now this is the HP board. Yesterday I removed from. Yeah. So this is used for the removing the old paste, thermal paste on the CPU or on the heatsink. And this one is the have various use, but this one is used for the spacer because I couldn't bend this flat metal enough, so I just this one I used for the spacer to make it tight. And as you can see, this one is the new power I used because of that incident or the accident. And here the cables for this case, and this is the technology of HP. This is an old machine but has all technology included, and you maybe denied my opinion. Yes, all technology, it's wrong, it couldn't be. But anyway, at that moment, the time being, or the moment, or the period, it has most well used and the best technologies inside, and which is used nowadays also. Like this is maybe this is a traditional this is kind of wood making company know this kind of things very well, I guess. See, so HP very can see a lot of effort they put inside. Actually, technologies, yeah, it's just feeding. They made things like this complicated. And then what's here is the yes, thermal paste. It's the rubber thermal paste which is usable and used in the pad used for the graphics card chips. So I put just like this to keep it clean. See, soft. It's thermal pad for the chips on the graphics card, and it was used for the even long ago with the motherboard. Where? Here. To cool this part of the PCB and this CPU around the CPU there is a lot of chips. back of the PCB motherboard, and that's it. So here, whenever I see, and those are the things. Also, very complicatedly, they connected it part by part. So this is it. I just waiting the case which I ordered. Yeah, it fit in like a wooden product making. They pressed the iron board so 478 retention guide does not need the back cover at all, this model especially, and that makes this case obsolete, because I will not use this one. I have to grind it to fit here. Well, I have to remove this of this case, but that is very time consuming and I don't like to destroy this anymore, because this is the technology combined. If I keep this kind of modifying, I'm only the destroyer. And as it is normally the normal cable audio connecting cable this is, and this is the one from the USB from the back front panel, but I used this machine for the Windows 98, and this panel is not compatible for using the Windows 98. That is a big tip. If you like to use the Windows 98 in this old HP small business form factor, then if you remove this USB cables connected with the front panel, then it may start kicking the start normally, because Windows 98 has some compatible issues with the USB at those days, because USB was a new technology comparatively. And here, this is the cable for the audio. I thought that's why I like the old technology. This is audio cables, and we can hear the kind of old ODD machines, and we can hear the old CD copies of the music from here to here. And this machine has the sockets to use. And finally, the power cables. Where is the power cable? Here. Here is the power cables. And the power cables, I can see the colors and the thickness, so I can guess which one is which. And also, this is important to turn it on with the new case, which will arrive soon. And the power cable, also I can read the board. From the board I can read. As you can see here. So hard LED, power LED, reset button, power button. So I can imagine which one is which, and I can hopefully connect correctly right after its arrival. And what do I do? So the audio is connected, but I didn't connect the USB because this motherboard is designed for the Windows XP. In fact, it works on the Windows 98. However, it was kind of venture for me and for the devices also. Some interface has crashed. Maybe it could be fixed by some BIOS update, but I don't do that further. How the power cable I managed. To the back, the cable is to the back, and here I didn't even do the apply the glue. It's just fit like a magic.